Solve problem on resource smoothing.
This table is mentioned in the question. From this table we can say that for the completion of activity 1 to 2, 2 weeks duration is required and the number of men required, that is equal to 4. Now with reference to this data, we will first draw the network diagram. So from this node 1 there is only one activity, that is 1 to 2. So I will draw here the start node 1. Now from this node 1 there is one activity, that is 1 to 2. So I will draw here the node 2. Now for this activity, what is the duration required? That is duration required is 2 weeks. So we will mention here the duration to complete this activity. Now from the node 2 there are two activities, 2 to 3 and 2 to 4. So I will show here 2 to 3, and for this 2 to 3, 3 week duration is there, and then the next one is 2 to 4. And for this activity 2 to 4, 4 weeks are required. So we have to mention. Now from this node 3 there is one activity 3 to 5. So I will draw here one arrow starting from this node 3, and we will show here number 5, and for this 3 to 5 duration is 2 weeks. Then from 4 there is 6, that is 4 to 6 activity. So we have to show here this activity with the help of arrow, and here is number 6, and for this 4 to 6, 4 weeks are required to complete this activity. Now from 4 there is another activity 4 to 7. So we have to show here with the help of straight arrow. So we will mention here number 7. For this there is 3 number of weeks required to complete this activity. Now after 4 to 7 there is 5 to 8 and 6 to 8. So I will show here 6 to 8. And for this 6 to 8 there is 6 number of weeks required, and we will connect 5 to 8. So for the completion of activity 5 to 8, number of weeks required, that is also equal to 6. Then there is 7 to 9. And also 7, after 7, 9 there is 8 to 10. So if I take here 7 to 9, now for this 7 to 9, 5 weeks are required, and then 8 to 10. So from this 8 we have to show here the number 10. So for the activity 8 to 10, 4 weeks are required, and last one is 9 to 10. So we have to just connect this 9 to 10, and for this 9 to 10, 4 weeks are required. So this is the network diagram. Now from this network diagram we have to find out the critical path. So how to find out? So for that we have to first calculate the earliest start time and the latest finish time. So earliest start time calculation, we have to move from the start node towards the end node, and for the latest finish time calculation we have to move from this end node towards the start node. Now at node 1, earliest start time and latest finish time, both values are 0. So first we will consider here ES is equal to 0. Now find calculation of ES when there are two options available, then we have to choose the highest value, and for the latest finish time, if there are two options available, 2 or more options available, then we have to choose the lowest value. Now here ES is equal to 0. Now at node 2, what is the value of ES? So ES is 0 plus 2, that is 2. Now at node 3, so here ES is equal to, so 2 plus 3, that is 5. Then we will move as per the node, that is in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. So at node 4, ES, value of ES, that is 2 plus 4, 6. Then at node 5, value of ES ES. So ES is 5 plus 2, that is 7. Then at node 6, value of ES. So at node 6, value of ES 6 plus 4, that is 10. Then at node 7, value of ES. So 6 plus 3, that is 9. Then at node 8, value of ES. So there are two incoming arrows. So we have to select here. So 6 plus 7, that is 13. Or 10 plus 6, that is 16. So we have to choose the highest value, that is 16. Then at node 9, ES, value of ES, that is equal to 9 plus 5, 14. And at node 10, value of ES. Now here also there are two options available because two incoming arrows. 16 plus 4, that is 20. And other option 14 plus 4, that is 18. So we will choose here ES is equal to 20, that is the highest value. Now at the end node, value of ES and LF are equal. LF, that is the latest finish. So I will write here LF is also equal to 20. Now we will move in the backward direction for the calculation of LF. So here at the node 10, LF is 20. Now what is the value at node 9? So LF is equal to 20 minus 4. So we have to move in the backward direction. So from 10 to 9 there is only one arrow, that is starting from this node 9. So LF value, that is 20 minus 4, that is 16. Then at node 8, LF is equal to, so there is only one arrow starting from this node 8. So here 20 minus 4, 16. Then at node 7, LF. So if we observe there is only one arrow starting from this node 7. So 16 minus 5, that is 11. So here LF at node 6, LF is equal to, so only one arrow, that is from in between this 6 and 8. So 16 minus 6, that is 10. Now we will move to the node 5, that is LF. So there is only one arrow starting from this node 5. So here 16 minus 6, that is also equal to 10. Then at node 4. Now if we observe from this node 4, there are two arrows starting. That means there are two options. So we will find out those two options. So LF 10 minus 4, that is 6 is the first option. And second option 11 minus 3, that is 8. 8 is the second option. So we have to choose the lowest value, that is 6. Now we will move to the next, that is node 3, LF. So LF, that is 10 minus 2, that is 8. Then here LF. Now at node 2 there are two arrows starting. So there are two options, 8 minus 3. So 8 minus 3, that is first option is 5. And second option 6 minus 4. So 6 minus 4, that is 2. So we have to choose the lowest, that is 2. Now last LF at node 1. LF 2 minus 2, that is 0. So if we observe our cross calculation, that is LF at node 1 should equal to 0 and it is equal to 0. So we can say that this calculation is correct. Now we will find out the slack. So how to find out the slack value? That is the positive difference in between this ES and LF. So we will find out slack. So slack is 0 at node 1. Slack is 0 at node 2. Slack is 8 minus 5. That is 3. So slack is 3 at node 3. At node 4 the slack is 0. At node 5 slack is 3. Then after 5 there is 6. Slack is 0. At node 7 slack is 1. At node 8 slack is equal to 0. At node 9 slack is equal to 16 minus 14, that is 2. And at node 10 slack is equal to 0. Now we have to find out the nodes for which slack is equal to 0. So I will find out, that is the node number 1, node number 2, node number 4, node number 6, node number 8 and node number 10. So these are the nodes that we have to connect for which slack is 0. So I will connect with the red marker. So this is the critical path. Now to find out the duration for the completion of the project, we have to find out the duration for the critical path. So we will add this duration, 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. So 6 plus 4, 10, 14, 18 and 20. So we can say that what is the duration? Duration for the completion of project, that is equal to 20 weeks. In this network diagram, we will also show the resources. So I have shown here, for the activity 1 to 2, 4 mains are required, for 2 to 3, 3 mains are required, and so on. Now with reference to this critical path or with reference to this network diagram, we will complete the squared network diagram. This is the question of resource smoothing. That means we have to keep the total project duration, that is equal to 20 week constant, and we have to shift the start time of the activities which are on the non-critical path. So let us first complete this squared network diagram. So what is the first step? First step, we have to show here the total duration of the completion of project, that is equal to 20 weeks on this horizontal line. So take some specific scale. You can take 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter as per the space available, and we have to start from 0, 1, 2 up to 20. Now on the vertical line, we have to select one center line. So in this center point, we will choose here, or we will take here the node number 1, which are on this node, which are on this point 0. Starting from 0, there is node 1. Now how to complete this squared network diagram? So we have to first draw the critical path. That is, we have to complete the activities on the critical path along the straight line. So how to draw? So critical path is 1 to 2. So for this 1 to 2, duration is 2 weeks. So 0 plus 2, that is 2. So I will show here the node number 2. Now for this squared network diagram, we have to show resources on this arrow. So for this 1 to 2, 4 mains are required. So I will show 4. Now next one is 2 to 4. So for this activity 2 to 4, total number of duration, that is 4 weeks are required. But previously 2 weeks are there, that is 2 plus 4. That is 6. So on this 6, we will show here the node number 4. So we will complete this arrow and we will show resources, that is 3 mains are required. Then next one, 4 to 6. So for 4 to 6, 4 weeks are required, that is 6 plus 4, that is 10. So I will show here the node number 6. And for 4 to 6, 3 mains are required. So we have to show here the sources. Then 6 to 8, duration is 6 weeks, that is 10 plus 6, 16. So we have to show here the next node, that is 8. And resources, we have to mention here resources 6 to 8, 6 mains are required. Now 8 to 10, duration is 4, that is 16 plus 4, that is 20. So we have to mention here the node number 10 and we will show the duration, that is 2 mains. So we will show here the resources 2 mains. So along this straight line, we have to complete the critical path. Now we will complete the activities on non-critical path. So here is 2 to 3. So for this 2 to 3, duration is 3 weeks. So 2 is on 2 weeks. So 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. So at this 5, we have to show side or in the downward side. So I will show here. There is this node 3. So this is the squared network diagram. So we have to show with this square. And how the source has 3 means. So I will show here 3. Now after 2 to 3 there is 3 to 5. And for this 3 to 5 there are total duration 2 weeks are there. So 5 plus 2, that is 7. So for this I will show here the node number 5. And for this 3 to 5 there is total resource, that is 5 mains are required. Then 5 to 8. So 5 to 8 duration is 6. So this 5 is on this 2 plus 3, that is 5 plus 2, 7. So at this 7 and after 7 we have to add this 6, that is at 13. So up to 13. So I will mark here one point. Up to 13 this activity is continued, and after 13 weeks this activity is getting completed, and now we have to join this for 8. So we have to join this with this dash line. So I will show with the help of the red marker. And resources we have to mention here, that is the number of mains required is 3. Now we can say that for this activity from 5 to 8, this activity is getting completed at the 13th week. So here up to this point only we have to draw a straight line. Now we will move next, that is from 4 to 7. So how to complete this? So here is the node 4. Now 7 node is not contained in this critical path. So we have to mention here. So for this 4 to 7, 3 weeks are there. So 4 is present at the 4 node is present for the 6th week. So 4 plus, that is 6 plus 3, that is 9. So here we have to show the node number 7. Now we will complete this with this square. And resources we have to mention. So 4 to 7, 4 mains. So I will mention here number 4. Now 7 to 9. So for this 7 to 9, 5 weeks are there. So here 7th node is at the 9th week. So 9 plus 5, that is equal to 14. So we have to mention here the node 9. So the 7 to 9 activity is getting completed at the 14th week, and here resources 2 mains are required. So we have to show resources. Now 9 to 10. So for this 9 to 10, total duration is 4 weeks. That is 14 plus 4. That is 18. So I have to show here up to this point. So this activity 9 to 10 up to this point only, and resource, that is 9 mains. So I will show here 9. And after that we have to continue this line up to 10th node. So I will show with the help of the red marker. So this is the second step that is getting completed. Now we will mention here the number of mains required for each and every week. So here I have made the boxes. So for this period of 0 to 1, that is in the first week, how many number of mains are there? Now for this accurate calculation, I will just make the rough lines, because to understand the each activity, so from each node we have to show here the rough lines. So these are the rough lines to understand the nodes. So from nodes only we have to show these rough lines, because there may be confusion. So from each node there are the rough lines. Now it is easy for us to write the total number of mains required. So we have to give here heading the number of main required. So now for this box is in between 0 to 1, that is in the duration of first week, how many number of mains are required? So here only one activity for the first 2 weeks, that is 1 to 2, and only 4 number of mains are required. So we have to write here 4. Now we will take the next, that is from 2 to 5. So 2 to 5 there is the node 3 is there. Now how to understand this? So there are two activities, 2 to 4 and 2 to 3 from this node 3. So how many number of mains are required? That is during 2 to 5, duration of 2nd week to 5th week, 3 plus 3, that is 6. So we have to write here 6. Now we will move on next for the duration of 5 to 6. So for this 5 to 6, how to understand? So here this activity 2 to 3 is there, and during 5 to 6 there is activity 3 to 5 is also there. So how many number of mains? Here is 5 and here is 3, that is 8. Now next 6 to 7. So 6 to 7, this activity 4 to 6 is there, 4 to 7 is there, and 3 to 5 is also there, because 5th node is completed at this 7. So we have to add all these, that is 5 plus 4 plus 3, that is 12. Now next, so 7 to 9. So 7 to 9, if we observe here, this 4 to 7 activity is getting completed, but here activity 4 to 6 is there and 5 to 8 is there. So we will add all this manpower, that is 4 plus 3 plus 3, that is 10. Then here also 10. Now from 7th, 9th to 10th. So here if we observe from 9 to 10, because here new activity 7 to 9 is there, and here 4 to 6 activity and 5 to 8 activity. So how to add this? That is, we have to take here 2 plus 3 plus 3, 8. Now next, now we have to find out in between 10th and 14th. So here is also cut mark. So here we have to show the rough line, because at this point this activity is completed, and here also we have to show. So I have shown with the help of blue marker. So we have to find out the number of mains in between 10th and 13th week. So this activity is there, that is 3 plus 6 plus 2. Here 6 plus 3, that is 9, and here is 11, here is 11, and here is also 11. Now what is happening after 13th week? This activity is completed, and that's why here is the dash line. So we have to consider only 2 activities. So here up to 14th week, this activity 7 to 9 and 6 to 8, that is 6 plus 2. Here is 8. Now after 14 to 16, here the activity 9, 10, and here the activity 6 to 8 is there. So we have to add these 2, that is 6 plus 9. Here is 15. Here is 15. Now in between this 16 to 18th, here only 2 activities, 8 to 10 and 9 to 10. So here 9 plus 2. Here is 11, here is 11. Now if we observe at the end of 18th week, this activity 9 to 10 is getting completed, and only one activity continues 8 to 10, and which requires manpower, that is equal to 2. So this is the number of men required. Now if we observe this number of men required, the maximum number of manpower is here, that is 15th manpower is required for this 15th week and 16th week. So we can minimize this by transferring this activity. So here is the scope to transfer the activities. So we have to transfer the activities on the non-critical path. So we can transfer this activity 9 to 10, or we can transfer this activity 7 to 9, or if I transfer this activity 4 to 7. So if this activity is getting transferred, then this 7 to 9 is also getting transferred, and 9 to 10 is also getting transferred, because these activities are connected to each other. So we have to minimize this number 15. Then again, if we observe this activity 2 to 3, 3 to 5 and 5 to 8, these activities are on the non-critical path. So here also we have scope to transfer these activities. So how we can transfer? We can transfer from this 13th to 16th because this activity completed at the 8th node. So 1, 2, 3. That is, we can transfer these activities by 3 weeks. Now we have to transfer the activities on the non-critical path. If we observe during the 19th week and 20th week, there is only 2 manpower is required. So I will transfer the activity 9 to 10 by 2 weeks. Why? Because we can transfer this activity by only 2 weeks. This activity is getting completed on 18th week. So if I transfer this, then we have to start this activity from 14th week to 16th week. So I will mention here at the 16th week activity 9 and it is getting completed at the 20th week. And what is the manpower required? That is equal to 9. So I will mention here. So now we will complete this. What is the total manpower required? So total manpower required, that is 9 plus 2, that is equal to 11. So we have to mention here 11 from 16 to 20. So if we observe here from this 2 manpower, it is getting converted into the 11 manpower. Now again we will move next. Now this 9th node is connected to the activity 7 to 9. So again for this activity we have to transfer this by 2 weeks because this activity is getting transferred from 14 to 16. So 9 to 11. So at the node 11 we will show here the activity 7. So for this activity 7, manpower required, that is 2. Now if we observe here also one activity that require total manpower, that is equal to 3. Now if I transfer this activity 5 to 8 by total number of weeks, that is it is getting completed at the 13th week, but if I transfer up to 16th week, then what will happen? So we have to add this total manpower because this activity is getting transferred. So total manpower, that is 6 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6 plus 2, 8 and 8 plus 3, that is 11. So here also 11 manpower is required, so we can transfer this activity 5 to 8 by 3 weeks. So here we have to start this activity 5 at this activity 5 started for the 7th week, but we will take this at 3, that is 8, 9, 10. So at this 10th week we will take here the node number 5. And from this 5 to 8 we will complete this activity by a straight line. Now for this 5 to 8 manpower, that is equal to 3. Now this 7th node is connected to 4, and for this 4 to 7 total manpower required, that is equal to 4. So if we observe, this requires total number of weeks, that is equal to 1, 2, 3, that is 3 weeks are required. So if I start here this 4th node, so we cannot transfer this 4th node. So if I start this activity at the 6th week, then this is getting completed at the 9th week, because duration is equal to, if we observe, duration is for this 4 to 7, that is it is getting started at the 6th week and getting completed at the 9th week, that is 3 weeks. So here we have to show this. Here is the completion of this activity, and what is the manpower, that is equal to 4. Now remaining gap in between this completion of activity and 7 we will show with the help of the dash line. and we will show arrow also. Now we will move next because this node 5 is connected to the node 3. Now this 5 and 3, what is the duration? That is, duration is for 2 weeks only. So for these 2 weeks we have to move back towards the 2 weeks in between this now 3 to 5. So for this 3 to 5 total manpower required is 5. So here is the 10th week and here is the 8th week. So for this 8th week, because duration is only 2 weeks, I will show here the node number 3. So here is 3 to 5. Now we will mention here this total manpower required. So previous, if we observe, here is 15 and here is 15. For this 16th week as well as 15th week. Now what is the calculation here? So here is 6 plus 3 plus 2, that is 11. So we have to keep this calculation 11 up to this 11th week, because if I transfer here the dash line, so here these 3 activities continue from this 11th week to 16th week. So I will write here the manpower 11. So here the constant manpower is required, so we can reduce the manpower from this 15th to 11 by transferring the activities. Now we will move for the next, because we will now write the manpower from this 8th week to 11th week, because here is activity 3 is getting started. So how to write? So if we observe from this 9th week to 11th week, no activity, that is activity 4 to 7 is completed at the 9th week. So only 2 activities we have to consider. And for this 3 to 5 manpower, that is equal to 5. So how to write this? So in between 10 to 11, there are only 2 activities, that is 6 to 8 and 5 to 8. So 6 plus 3, that is 9. So here is 9. Now in between 9 to 10, so 9 to 10 only 2 activities, so 5 plus 3, that is 8. And in between 8 to 9, so in between 8 to 9, 3 activities, so here 4 plus 3 plus 5, that is here is 12. So we can write in this way. Now here 2 to 3 activity is there. So for this 2 to 3 activity, we cannot transfer these 2, because this is on the critical path. So for this 2 to 3 activity, only 3 manpower is required. So for this activity, duration is 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks duration is there. So if I move 1, 2, 3. So if I start this activity on the 5th week, then it is getting completed at the 8th week. So I will show here, and we will start this activity. So we will connect this node 2 with the dash line. Now we will add this. So for this activity 2 to 3 manpower is 3. Now again we will calculate this. So during the 7 to 8, 4 plus 3 plus 3, here is 10. During 6 to 7, 4 plus 3 plus 3, that is 10. During 5 to 6, so here this activity started at 5. So 5 to 6, 2 activity, 3 plus 3, 6. During 4 to 5, only 1 activity, that is 3. Here is 3, here is also 3, and here 4 and 4. So in this way, this resource smoothing is calculated.